Oh, yes, I can. So, gonna talk about the last couple shows now. What is there to say? Sad. We're all kind of sad that it's over. You know, it's kind of like you don't miss the 1 a.m. rehearsals, and you don't miss getting screamed at, and you don't miss constantly, guess I wouldn't miss like vocal rehearsals or stuff like that, but you kind of miss the people and the family, you know. And to start, we'll just kind of go over understudy rehearsal real quick. We had understudy rehearsal at 9 in the morning on Saturday. That was fun. And not many people showed up. Again, it was just for understudies, but even some of the understudies didn't show up. So that was weird. And then of course, like, I don't know, it was just weird. It was like snowing all day on Saturday. Yeah, it's 55 degrees today. Welcome to New England. So, so anyway, we had that rehearsal and went pretty well. We took a half-hour break for brunch, even though I went to brunch later after I set up because I didn't feel like going with everyone else. But we did that, hung out with Fiona. We just kind of talked and we drew like stick figures. Well, I drew stick figures of everyone in the cast, like who was going on for the matinee as their character, kind of like what their character would be doing. So it had like, it was just funny. It would take forever to explain, but we did that. And then matinee, Act 1 went well, I thought. Liza was on as Moritz, and Tim was on as Melchior, and so on and so forth. Understudy show, which is why we had an understudy rehearsal. So we're going along, and everything's good. And then we get to Act 2, War of Your Body Reprise. They sing it. Juliana, Fiona, they do a good job with it. They do well for two girls playing guys who are kids. Boy. I can't wait to see the footage from that. But so we do that, and then they sit on a bench, and then they take the bench up to the stage for Vendela's bed for scene 6. And so they do that. They put the bench down, and then they were going to go just backstage and down from the green room up back for the reformatory scene. So they were going along, and then apparently there was like some sort of mic glitch with I don't know if it was their mic or if it was someone else's. It might have been theirs, but that they use for War Your Body Reprise, and then they bring that mic, they share it, and they bring it up. They put it with Vendela so she can use it for whispering. So there was something either wrong with that mic or something. They got the wrong point of the story is that Juliana and Fiona got caught up somewhere in that. They missed their cue for reformatory somehow. So Moses and Sarah Beth just had to go on, because otherwise that scene, it was either you stall the show and you wait for those two to show up, or you just roll with it, and they just went with it and they just went on. So I do have to applaud them for doing that. That was very smart. And so good job with that, you two. Just went in there and as our regular roles, and they just did that scene, and then Julie and Fiona were able to make their way on for a Song of Purple Summer, so they were fine. But it just kind of threw everyone off in that scene. They like missed the choreography. They didn't have like the fake little razor prop. They were just so thrown off. But I mean, you do what you have to do. So they did what they had to do. It was fine. And then so that ended, and then we had until 5:30. So we had like 45 minutes to eat dinner or whatever. Cause everyone was already in hair and makeup except for Kate and Isaac. So it was pretty much like just go to dinner and then come back, and so we did that. And then reset for the next show, and we did, and then that that was the lead show. All the leads were back for the final show, which went really, really well. No tech glitches, no microphone glitches, no lighting. They sustained a couple injuries, moving a couple set pieces, but it's fine. People did get injured. Gabby got like a giant bruise on her leg. Touching my leg, you really can't see it, but she got like this giant bruise on her leg from all that noon, and like a giant splinter at like half-hour call, which was not good. Not good, but they were able to get it out. It took a lot of effort, but they got it out. She was like screaming and swearing and just like clinging on to Eric. Poor thing. Seriously, what is going on? Oh my god. Anyway, so final show was probably our best. Dare I say it? It's either final show or Friday would probably be my favorite. I cried during Purple Summer. I cried at Left Behind. I'll get to that in a second, but Purple Summer, like when Melchior comes out and they go into that second verse, I started crying. And everyone was just like trying not to cry. It was very hard to get through. And then go back to Left Behind before I go to the end. But through Left Behind, put a flower on Mort's coffin. She actually had a coffin, not like an actual coffin, but someone made a coffin somehow, and very heavy, very, very heavy piece of scenery. But we move it out and it's fine, and we'll put flowers on. And I know Carissa broke one the other day by accident, but I thought we had enough. Apparently we didn't, because when understudies and it couldn't get thrown off with like the number of flowers that are needed, so Liza didn't end up with one. What she does is she goes up, it's like her turn to put the flower down. She doesn't have one, so she goes up and she like kneels next to the coffin, almost completely kneels, but just like kneels down next to it and just like kind of almost caresses it and just kind of puts her hands on it, and her facial expression, I was like right there watching her, and just the way she did that was just so heartbreaking. And so like, girl can act. She can act. She is born for theater. But it was just so sad. And then she told me later, she's like, I had an out-of-body experience, and I was like putting a flower on my own coffin. And I was like, well, earlier in Matinee during Totally Fucked, you were standing on your coffin when you were like singing. I made her get down. So it was creepy, but And then even like our last Totally Fucked was just off the chain. Like, it was crazy and people were really getting into it. And then like right before it got Melchior Gabor for the last time, did you write this? When they say they're gonna try. I'm just like sitting there like watching it, singing along. I'm like, someone's belting. Who is belting? And I'm like, oh, Liza. Of course, she was like belting that line. But I mean, girl, go for it. Like, last show, last time you're gonna do a good song for the audience, belt it. Go ahead. But it was really great, and things went well. Things did go well in the last show, and then presenting things to the directors and to the band, and even though I got a flower, I cried. I cried again. I was like, no, you couldn't get. But I do have a rose sitting in an old water bottle, kind of chilling. But it was a really great experience. I was very lucky. I feel very blessed to have worked with such a talented cast, talented beyond words. Like, I cannot wait to get the DVD where we're previewing it on Wednesday. We're gonna go see the raw footage, but then we actually, when it's all edited and done, we're gonna get copies next semester, like in January. So I can't wait to do that, and then I'll try and show you some footage from that, and maybe take some footage of the final cast party on Wednesday. And so I already miss it. But I mean, it was an experience. I'm very lucky I had, especially with the rough week I had last week. I'm just so lucky to have everyone be there, to support, and everyone's kind of leaned on each other. yeah. That was my brainwashing experience.